Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guns Guitars, the channel that's all about spending less so that you can play more, and that's what we are doing again today. We're going to be looking at the best budget-friendly gig bags that you can get on Amazon for about $20. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video for you is kind of similar to the video I did on the best hand rubbed guitar finishes. I'm really just making a video for you that I wish that somebody would have made for me this time last month when I was gig bag shopping. So I went ahead and did all the legwork for you. I researched and I purchased and I tested, and I'm going to let you guys know what I found out. I'm Dan, this is Guns Guitars. Let's get started. Alright, firstly, just want to start off by saying, let's have some realistic expectations here, okay? At this price point, we're not going to have anything that's truly gig worthy. So if you're a gigging musician, you're out playing 3-4 nights a week, these bags probably are not going to cut the mustard. They're not going to offer the level of protection that you need. So when I was researching these on Amazon, I was really just looking for something that was a notch above a glorified dust cover. Something that will not only keep the dust off of my instruments, but also offer at least some level of protection to keep it from getting nicks and dings getting kicked around the house or while traveling or the occasional gig. We'll go ahead and start off here with what I think is your mediumest best option. And this is the Walts Tour bass gig bag. And you'll notice all of these are bass gig bags, and that's just because I happen to have a surplus of basses on hand right now. So I got the bass versions, but all of these are available in guitar versions as well. What I like about this gig bag is that it is very spacious, making it great for instruments that are sort of awkward shapes, okay? I built this Meteora style offset sort of bass, and I was nervous about finding a case or gig bag that would fit, but it fits in here with room to spare. It has some padding in it. It's not the best, but there's some there to protect it. And then I also really like this very large oversized pocket right here on the front. Now it is kind of weird the way it zips from the side, so they expect you to open and close it like this, as opposed to most gig bags which zip from the top. Now these Walts Tour gig bags come and go from Amazon. Like I said, I got this thing for less than $20 a month ago, and it's currently unavailable, so just keep an eye on that link for when it comes back in stock. Now before we move on to the next one, I want to show you something else from Walts Tour, and that's this bass gig bag that I got 2 years ago. And I believe I paid maybe $20, maybe $25 for this, and unfortunately it's no longer available. But this is a more heavy-duty giggable bass bag. You can see on the front, it's actually got 3 pockets. You got a tiny one right there, medium right there, and then the full-size large one on top. They actually open from the top, as you would expect. The thickness of this thing is probably about 3 to 4 times thicker than the other Walts Tour bass gig bag. It's oversized, so you can fit other random odd-shaped basses in it. Okay, this is sort of a Frankenstein, offset, Rickenbacker builds that I did. And again, I was concerned about finding a case that would fit it, but it fits in here with room to spare. This is a wonderful, fantastic bass gig bag. And I'll be honest, when I was ordering this Walts Tour bass gig bag, I thought I was getting this one, and I was a little bit disappointed. But like I said, this one I don't think is currently available, and I imagine when it comes back it's going to be more than $20. But if you happen to find it, definitely buy it while it's in stock. Next up is honestly my least favorite of the 3 that I tried out, but still worth mentioning. It has about the same amount of padding as the Walts Tour gig bag that I got, but obviously it's a little less spacious, you can tell by the shape. It also has a really sort of worthless pocket up front because there's not any extra material pulling it away from the bag. So once you cram stuff in there, it means an even tighter fit for your guitar. It has really flimsy, dinky shoulder straps and a handhold. And honestly, when I received this, I thought, no way is it going to fit the bass that I needed it to fit. But surprisingly enough, my fretless piezo bass does fit right inside. It's a bit of a snug fit, and this is a little bit of an oversized bass. But I was happy to find out that it actually did fit. And like I said, it does offer more protection than just a dust cover style gig bag. So there is a little bit of padding in there. I could get away with 1 or 2 gigs, no problem. And it's definitely going to protect this thing while we're traveling around in my motorhome. That was my biggest concern. So for 20 bucks, not a bad deal. But like I said, out of the 3 that I tried, probably my least favorite. So now moving on to my most favorite. You guys may have seen this thing on Amazon. This is made by a company called Chromacast. Now, Chromacast, I've actually been very thrilled with their products for the money. And I've actually reached out to them several times to work with them. They don't really seem interested, but I keep buying their stuff, so that's worth something, right? So this gig bag here, I would actually say is really close to being gig worthy, okay? It's not quite the level of padding that I got from this first World Tour gig bag, but what I really like it is we have this giant oversized pocket on the front, and then we've got this huge pocket on the front as well to hold a lot more stuff. So definitely gig worthy in that you can bring all your cables and pedals and stuff. It'll all fit in here just fine without crowding the space for your bass. Now, the bass that I have in here is, again, not really a small bass. It is my Schecter Stealth 5. This is my other bass that I gig frequently, and as you can see, it has much higher quality shoulder straps as well. But what really set this gig bag over the top for me from these other ones, I didn't even realize that I was getting this when I bought it, but it came with a really high quality leather strap for my bass, as well as a handful of picks. And I have been using this strap, and I actually really like it. I mean, this thing is worth $10 to $15 by itself. So when you factor in the price of $20, you're basically getting a giggable quality bass gig bag for like $5. And again, I have no incentive to promote Chromacast. They haven't sent me anything. They haven't sponsored any videos, but I used to buy their hard cases back when you could get a bass hard case for about $50 or $60. And I was always really impressed with the quality of the hard case for that money. Of course, they've gone up considerably since then. I think they're charging about $100 for a hard case now, which honestly probably is what that case is worth. Also, if you're a bass player, Chromacast bass strings are my favorite budget-friendly bass strings. Okay, not to be confused with my favorite bass strings. My favorite bass strings are actually Fender brand bass strings. It's about the only product that Fender makes that I really truly love and feel like is worth the money. But if you're on a budget, Chromacast makes some really good bass strings as well. So between that and the good value hard case that I've had in the past, it's the reason why I tried out their gig bag. Now, you'll notice that this thing has a crazy American flag graphic on it. I'm pretty patriotic, if you haven't noticed, so I'm good with the graphic, but it actually wasn't the graphic that I ordered. The graphic on the bass that I ordered was what they call the World Tour graphic, not to be confused with the World Tour bass bag we just looked at, but the World Tour graphic had a bunch of like passport stamps from different countries on it. So that was the one that I ordered because I kind of had you more international viewers in mind. So, but this is what they sent me, unfortunately. Now, like I said, I'm pretty patriotic, so I'm good with it. But if you live in another country, I could understand that you'd be disappointed if you bought the international version and you ended up with the USA version. Anyway, I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Of course, I've got affiliate links down in the description, and if you use those to make a purchase, that'll be helpful to me, so we can help each other out. And like I said, just making this video because I wish somebody had made it for me last month when I was researching what bag to buy. So if this video was helpful, give me a thumbs up. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and I'll see you in that next video.